Hi guys, so this is our first video of the week. It is on adding and subtracting integers. So let's do it. All right, so we've been comfortable with this tic-tac-toe board so far. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it out using what we know. All right, and remember, how do we use it? We start here with our first integer, our second integer here, and this tells us the rule. All right, so we used this when we had double signs last week, and we're going to continue to use it that way, but we're going to add a second step. So our first step is to fix double signs. So used to fix double signs. All right, and our second is going to be now, it's going to tell us the operation. Tells us operation to use. All right, so if I take a look at this first section here, I see that my first two rows contain different signs. All right, so different signs tell us we are going to use subtraction or negative, same thing. All right, now if I look at the bottom row, all right, those are the same signs. And if you see by our rule tells us now we're going to use addition or a positive. All right, so let's go ahead and practice this. All right, so let's look at A. All right, so my first step is to fix any double signs. So I'm going to look at A, and I see that there is a double sign. So now my first integer stays the same, my second integer stays the same. So when I rewrite it, I'm rewriting my first and my second, and I'm just looking at my double signs. Okay, that's the only thing I'm changing here. And I see that they are different, so I need to switch it to a minus. All right, same thing in B. What is this one gonna switch to? This also switches to a minus. So I have 18 minus 4. All right, so now, step 2. Look at the signs that are remaining. Are they the same or are they different? So now I'm looking at these signs. Okay, so for example, A, are these the same or are they different? These are the same, and we wrote before that same means I need to add. All right, let's look at B. I look at my signs again. 18 doesn't have a sign, and when it doesn't have one, we always say it is positive. So now I look at these. Are they the same or are they different? They are different. And different means we need to subtract. All right, so what are we adding and subtracting? All right, let's look back at our numbers. I'm adding and subtracting my integers, but just plain old. I'm going to ignore my signs for now, and I'm just going to go ahead and add. So I have 6 plus 2 is 8, 3 plus 1 is 48. So I get 48. And let's just pause there for a second. Let's move to B. So B told me I needed to subtract. So there I get 4. All right, so now I need to know which one is bigger. Okay, and that's in quotes because it's not actually bigger, it's just gonna look like it's bigger. So if I look at my original and I'm looking back at my original, notice how that's a key part. All right, which one is bigger? So in this first one, I see the 36. That is a negative, so that means my answer is going to be a negative. In B, 18 is bigger, and that's a positive, so that means my 4 is going to be a positive. Right? All right, let's do our problems down here. The high temperature one day was 30 degrees. Then the temperature dropped 23 degrees during the night. What is the first integer? So the first integer in the problem is 30, and is it positive or negative? It is positive because it just says it starts at 30. So that's where it starts. All right, then it dropped 23. So what is integer 2? Integer 2 is negative 23. All right, so now we write our expression, 30 take away 23. So now we need to solve what was the total change in temperature. So there's no double sign, so I don't have to switch. And I notice that this is just an old-fashioned subtraction problem because I have one positive and one subtraction. So I get 7. And this was positive, our bigger number, so it's positive. So it changed 7 degrees. All right, let's look at the next one. So we have 2 people's work, and it says complete the sentence. Blank is correct because blank. So we need to determine who's correct, Adrian or Suki. All right, so I see the problem is the same. -8 minus -6. All right, so our first step, let's change those double signs. So same signs, I need to change to a plus. And now I look at what's remaining. Are they different or are they the same? And they are different. And different means to subtract. All right, so I do 8 take away 6, which is 2. And the one that is bigger is -8. So that means my answer has to be -2. So Suki is correct. But why is Suki correct? Suki's correct because you needed to subtract 8 and 6, not add. All right, and that is it.